Hi guys, so I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2020 planner slash home management binder. So I decided this year to do a DIY like custom planner. I made this all myself because I really wanted to have it be specific for this upcoming year and what I truly needed it to be. So originally I was going to use my A5 Webster's Planner 3-ring binder to do it, and I started printing out all my pages. I was halfway through when I realized that I printed them out in the wrong size, and truth be told, I didn't feel like reprinting them, but I knew I had a 6x8 scrapbooking album that I wasn't doing anything with. So this is what I'm going to be using. It is a hardcover 3-ring binder, like scrapbooking album. It's a 6x8. It fit my pages perfectly. And honestly, I never take my planner anywhere with me. If you hear that sound, it's Logan. He's sitting here eating a snack. But honestly, I never take my planner anywhere with me. So I am perfectly happy with this size because it just sits on my desk. So opening it up, Logan's been very excited to open this up. Opening this up, I have categories on the side, and then I also have subcategories up top. So on the side here, I have a couple different categories. I have one for my actual agenda, so my actual like planner. I have a section for household. I have one for meal plan. I have one for our budget. One for health. I have one for books, my wish list, projects, and brain dump. And honestly, I need to add one more in here for Logan's speech therapy because I want to have a section here for that. I just haven't had a chance to do it. So opening up the very first page, this is our 2020 goals for the year. So this is our yearly goals. I do have them covered because I am keeping that private. The next page, I have my habit tracker for the month of January. This is just my general habit tracker. So just normal everyday things I want to keep track of to make sure that I am staying on top of. I also have habit trackers in a couple of the other categories for more specific things, but this is just an overall like broad place to put my habits and keep track of them. Alright, so my first category, like I said, is my agenda, and honestly it is not a very thick section. It's this right here, and that is because I'm only keeping 3 months for my planner section in here at a time because it's already a pretty hefty size and I don't want to make it any bigger. So up top, these ones, which I am going to be using my label maker to do the top as well as redo these ones, but I need to get batteries because I just ordered a new one. But this will be for January, February, and March. At the beginning of every month, there is a quote. So January says, "You'll be exactly as happy as you decide to be." Flipping it open, here is the monthly spread. This is actually a calendar page that I created myself. I found this free clip art online, and then I designed this spread how I wanted it to be. Over here, I'm doing a color coding section for our bills, so that way I can just do a little square for the color, so I don't have to write all my bills on here, and it actually leaves me space to write other stuff that is going on, so any activities that we want to do or any events that we have coming up. So every monthly calendar is exactly the same, except there's a different quote at the beginning of each month. And then February's calendar looks like this. The beginning of March, it has the quote that says, "Be the change you want to see in the world," and then it's spread. So for each month, after the monthly calendar page, there is a section on the side that I also created, and this is where I'm going to keep track of my goals for the month. And then for my actual planner part, I created these 2-page spreads. And this is because I mainly make to-do lists, so every single one of these pages you can do 2 days on it. So I left them undated and blank so I can write in whatever date I want. So if there's certain days that I don't need to write a to-do list, I don't have to. I'm not obligated to, but there is enough for 2 days, 4 days, front and back. And I have one of these for every single day in the month. Alright, next up is my household section. So the quote on the front just says, "The most important work you will ever do will be within the walls of your home." On the back, there is a dates to remember page, so where I can write birthdays, anniversaries, that type of stuff. My address book. Next page is my weekly home cleaning schedule, so it lets me know every single day what I am supposed to deep clean. I tidy up, you know, every day, but these are the rooms that I want to specifically work on that day to deep clean. The next page is the daily toddler schedule. So this is our schedule that we try and follow. Starts from in the morning around 8 o'clock, which is normally when Logan is, you know, up until he goes to bed. He normally goes to bed between 7:30 and 8. So this is over here, I'm blocking it out for privacy reasons, but this is our schedule that we try and follow. Over here it says like what we do. All right, next up is my meal planning. Next up is my meal planning category. The front says people who love to eat are always the best people. Then I have a bunch of these printables which I found online. I have one for every week in January, and then every month I will just print out more so I can keep track of my meal plans. Then I have these which are shopping lists, and then in the very back of it I have my pantry inventory. So I have one for pantry, one for fridge, one for our regular freezer, and one for our deep freezer. This is mainly because we were doing the pantry challenge in January, but they're also helpful to have on hand just always. So the next category is our budget section, and a lot of this I am going to keep private, but I have 3 main sections and then a couple other things I have in here. But we have some financial goals that we want to accomplish this year. We have some budgeting things that we want to take care of. So my friend just says, underestimate your income, overestimate your expenses. And on the back page right here, this is our financial goals for 2020. Since January, we are doing a no spend month. I found this free printable for a no spend month, and I'm just gonna keep track of that way. This is just printed out on like regular printer paper, and then I folded it to make it fit. All right, the first section I have is a side hustle. So this is income that I personally make from home. And I found this quote that says she's got that girl boss hustle. I thought it was fun. So over on this side, it says side hustle goals. So I have listed every way that I make an income from home and my goals, how much money I want to try and make for the year. Over here is my habit tracker. This one is for social media. So this is where I can just keep track of how often I post on Instagram and YouTube and my blog and places like that, because I do make money from those areas. Alright, so like I said, I do make money from YouTube, my blog, and places like that. So I have a sheet of paper that has YouTube, and then I'm just using this for January so I can just write down what videos I plan on posting. And then I also print out a 2020 calendar, so every single month I can write on top of it how much money I ended up bringing in. And the setup is exactly the same for every single way that I make money. So there's one for my blog again, where I can either write blog ideas or when I post blogs. I don't know if you guys can hear Logan, he's sitting right here with me. And again, a monthly overview so I can put how much money I make. So that is all in the side hustle category. I will say I do have a section in here for, yeah, find it. There we go. For Facebook Marketplace, because I do sell on Facebook Marketplace quite often. Figured I can write down what items I am selling, how much I end up selling for, and then I have this little clear pouch. This is actually from Ali Edwards. It's from one of my subscription kits that I've received, and I just punched holes in it, and this way I can just store the money in there, and then once I get a certain amount I can post it in our bank. But I have that in there. The next little category I have on here is for online shopping. So it just says online shopping, no makeup, no pants, no problem. So this is anytime we make an online purchase that we happen to have cash. So we received cash for Christmas and for birthdays, and we haven't deposited any of that. We just have kept it on hand, and there's been a couple times that we've bought something online, and so anytime we buy something using that money, I'll just stick in this pouch, and then whenever we get to the bank I can deposit that. Alright, the next category is for saving, just saving in general. Like I said, we have some saving goals, some investing goals, we have some financial things that we are hopefully going to be doing this year. So the first one's for savings. Like I said, I'm not going to share these categories, but it says save money and save, but it just says save money and money will save you. The next category is for investing, which is save, invest, live. And then the last one, I can flip open, is for buying our house. So it just says the ache for a home lives in all of us, a safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned. So this is all about buying our first home. And that takes us out of the budgeting category and into health. So if you follow me on Instagram, I talked about how my one little word for the new year is actually heal. And one of the things I want to do is work on healing my body and to get healthier, because I have been experiencing a lot of health-related issues since having Logan that we are still trying to figure out and get resolved. So one of the main things I want to focus on in 2020 is healing, and that requires healing my body. So that is what this section is for, a bunch of different health related stuff, but it says it's never too early or too late to work towards being the healthiest you. On the back of it, it just has health goals. So my health goals for 2020. Next up, it just says why you're a badass, because you can bleed for a week straight without dying. I thought that was hilarious, because on the back of it is a period tracker, so I can keep track of that. Next is working out. It just says make yourself proud, and then over here I have a habit tracker, which is going to be for working out and health related things. It's all gone? Your fruit bar's all gone? Okay. Can you sit back down, please? So for working out in January, I decided to do a January challenge. This is an arms, butt, and abs and legs challenge. I've done these in the past before. Again, just use printable paper, printed it out so I can keep track of that. Right, next is books. So I want to read a bunch of books in the new year. So this is, I do believe something very magical can happen when you read a good book. On the back of it, I printed out a reading log so I can keep track of all of the books I read, and how good they are if I want to do that. And then also print out my 2020 book list. So there's a bunch of different categories of books I want to read. And I talked about this on my Instagram as well. But I have 4 main categories that I am focusing on that I want to read. So the first one is, pages won't flip. So the first one is marriage. The second one is financial. The third is like self-help, health-related books. The fourth one is parenting. And then the last one, which will just be a free-for-all, is any type of fun book that I want to read, just because I want to. Next category is wish list, and I just have some just blank paper in here, so anytime I think of something that I might want to buy or something that looks good, I can jot it down here. Same thing with projects and to-dos. Anytime we have like a project or something we want to accomplish around the house. And the last one is my brain dump. It just says my brain has too many tabs open, and again, it's just blank paper, so I can just jot whatever I want down. It's just a place to keep it. Alright, so that is my planner for the new year, planner slash home management binder. Like I said, I am so excited for this because I have totally customized it to exactly what I want to keep track of in the new year and what I want to use it for. So hopefully this will really help me. I would love to hear what you guys are using for your planner for 2020. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any questions about anything that I shared in here or how I made something, please let me know and I'll try my best to answer you. And I will catch you guys later. Bye, guys.